Hello and welcome to Chids with Physical Media. This is the Retro Room. This is where I come to watch old television that is recorded on the tapes behind me. Why did I do that? There. Those tapes. Those tapes there. I've just finished packing my car for Bloodstock and I realised that, oh no, I haven't done a video for next Tuesday. So I just picked one. What's this say? Maxima. Super high grade. AV. 3-hour tape, apparently. Is there any labels on the inside? There is a small label with no writing on it. But it looks like this tape was a smoker. Okay, I am full of KFC. Let's see what's on the tape. I don't know why I told you that I'm full of KFC, but I am. Ooh, cartoons. Nice. Earthworm Jim. So I don't remember much of Earthworm Jim. I do remember the theme song, though. Didn't they have a game on the Mega Drive, too? So this is a tape for a kid. Evil in Love. Let's watch some cartoons. So this is Season 2, Episode 5. Evil in Love. From 1996. I can't remember really watching this cartoon, if I'm honest. I do remember singing the theme, though. So, Earthworm Jim is voiced by Dan Castellaneta, the voice of Homer Simpson. I didn't know that.
You the troublemakers? I got one monster in tears and 3 others questioning the monsterhood.
Hey, it sounds like Rodney Dangerfield.
My wife, she don't go for me either. I'm not a good-looking guy. Well, Halloween, I open a front door, kids give me candy.
Coming up next on 4, if you...
This took a turn. I was expecting more cartoons or more kids stuff. I didn't read the beginning. Slacker or something, did it say? It's definitely British. I do recognize this tune. Well, somebody really liked that song. What's that? Missed that.
It'd be interesting to know what kind of music they like, wouldn't it?
Sorry, I just recognized that comedian. He used to be on Mock the Week. He's one of them one-liner comedians. Now he's got a comedy show on Channel 5. This tape is not going in the direction I expected. Milton Jones. God, he's young here.
Playground found out that I had a potentially fatal allergy to peanuts. They used to shove me up against a wall and make me play Russian roulette with a bag of Revels.
My wife saw an advert in Private Eye for a comedy club, and I'd always dreamed, I'd kind of heard rumours about the places in America, so I went along to an audition that they'd had. I mean, I was the only sane person who'd turned up in 5 weeks, so they offered me the job of not only of appearing on the first night, but of being the MC.
I always remember my father saying to me, son, to pay for your education, your mother and I had to make a lot of sacrifices. Because they were both druids.
A lot of people, there are a lot of people really, aren't there? When you think about it, it's only million.
Bill Bailey. God, he looks like the Big Show here, doesn't he?
Mr. McMahon, it's very good to do business with you.
I don't think I'm going to laugh much during this Comedy Store episode on Channel 5. Did anyone have a good signal for Channel 5 back in the 90s? I mean, Jesus, look at this. This is a terrible signal. We couldn't even get Channel 5 here in North Wales until it went on Sky Digital. I know my sister on Anglesey had it, but the signal was even worse than this. Yeah, Channel 5. Not a very great launch, was it? This guy's doing a shtick on Apollo 13. I don't think any of these comedians are using their best material for this show.
Brilliant, wasn't it? Women astronauts in Apollo 13. Houston, we've got a problem. Yeah, what is it? We've run out of chocolate.
Because women like chocolate. End of part 1. Have we got any adverts? I doubt it. Hey, no, we don't. We don't
One
have any
person I feel very
adverts.
sorry for. Early work really is a bit of work on kids' TV, like playing the gallery music from Take Heart. You know. Very simple, they're very frustrating for him. You could really see what he was like in the outtakes. Oh, he's twitching his nose, he's twitching his nose.
You're gonna hear into Alanis Morissette? I actually quite like Alanis Morissette.
You see what I mean?
Not all these... Curtis Walker, never heard of this guy. Not all these comedians I've heard of.
Barry White can go through his shopping list and women lose their mind.
I went to Tesco's the other day.
Boys to Men, they are really rubbish, aren't they? You have a look at Boys to Men, right, the next time I sing the song.
Andy
the lead
Robinson.
singer will step forward to sing the main part of the
Rings a bell, but I don't recognise this guy.
song. They do, they just stand there going...
I mean, the best one-liner comedian is definitely Stephen Wright. Right? Yeah, he's got 2 specials that I really enjoy.
Well, tomorrow night...
Well, here we go. What's next? This guy clearly didn't waste any of this tape.
There's a plane driven by a steam engine. It is cheaper to fly and minimizes fire risks.
This is all over the place. Start with cartoons, and now a documentary on steam engines. What's on this tape is very random, but whoever recorded it wanted everything on this tape because they cut the adverts out and everything. Earthworm Jim, a music video for a song that I barely recognise. A comedy show off Channel 5, and now a documentary on aviation, I guess.
But now equalled by our latest fighters.
It's in black and white as well. Where? Earthworm Jim again!
You gave me that last year!
A Christmas episode of Earthworm Jim. For whom the jingle bell tolls.
Leaving Jim for the pink. A quiff is a hairstyle which appears to defy gravity, where the hair is brushed upwards in front. Here's how it works. Some of the biggest and most successful quiffs in history can be seen on the heads of misery pop star Morrissey, that bloke out of the Stray Cats.
I thought that was Robbie Williams.
Unsuccessful attempts at quiffs can be seen on the heads of that bloke out of the Human League, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and the pop singer Gabrielle. The secret of a successful quiff is in the ability to make the hair rise up and forward.
Did they just have text that said Scooby-Doo? Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. So what, they didn't want to pay the... I guess you have to pay for the rights for a picture?
Gently brush his hair all over with the whites of 2 eggs, and finally put the quiff-shaped hat on his head, allowing the quiff to set overnight. On removing the hat in the morning, the wearer should be displaying a fine quiff and is able to begin his day smooth-talking the ladies. And that's how it works.
What? What is going on here? That person wanted that on their tape? 7 Wonders of the World.
Oxford biologist and author of The Selfish Gene and other best-selling books on evolution, Richard Dawkins has made almost as many enemies as friends. His 7 wonders include spiders' webs, digital codes, and a pianist's fingers.
My life is about studying natural selection and explaining natural selection to people and the power of natural selection. Natural selection, if I had another wonder of the world, it would be it. In many ways, it's the first wonder of the world. But the spider web, a further economy is that every day after the spider's finished with its web, it eats it.
This is actually quite interesting. I didn't know spiders ate their own webs.
Another analogy would be if you take a tape recording of something and you make a recording of the recording, and then a recording of the recording of the recording, and then you eventually get down to me Digital codes are the solution to the problem.
So far, this guy's wonders of the world are spider webs, bats' ears / echolocation, pianist's fingers, digital code, the telescope, and the embryo. And now they're showing clips of David Attenborough. Attenborough is his 7th wonder of the world.
And I really think that he is a wonder himself, having brought people out into the world, out to distant places, and shown them wonders of the world. If they had seen them themselves, if all of us trooped out, we would have destroyed it. You cannot actually have millions of people going and looking at rare, shy, wild creatures. It more or less has to be somebody pointing a camera.
And there they are. Tent making.
This man is 100 years old. He's been old pretty much most of my life. I'm 43, so he'd have been, you know, by the time I would have known about him, he would have been in his, like, 50s. So, to me, he's always been an old man. It's crazy. Like, I'm almost old. Well, I am old now. He's definitely he'll outlive me. Like, I'm talking not... I'm talking now, not in age. Obviously, he'll outlive me in age. But he'll outlive me, I think. So there we go. That was Richard Dawkins' 7 Wonders of the World. We're going straight into something else.
Well, now scientists in France are discovering exactly what happens when lightning strikes by making it themselves.
We're an hour and 37 minutes into this tape, and we've had quite a lot of programming so far.
Great picture. Machines to aeroplanes, but they've started with...
So that was a segment on making lightning so they can test it on airplanes and stuff. Kind of boring. Then it skipped, maybe because of adverts, I don't know, but now a section on smart skis.
The wobbly table. A common complaint.
Wibbly wobbly table. Say it correctly.
But imagine if solid objects could detect and cancel out bumps.
Whoever owned this tape had a very diverse taste in television. I'm leaning in the direction that it was an adult who just liked cartoons. I mean, I'm an adult that likes cartoons.
The people who gave us clever skis are being called in by the Air Force to solve that age-old problem of turbulence with smart wings. Very smart.
Very smart indeed. Oh, they...
Pale green blob in the lower right is a cold core eddy.
Eddy?
Or eddies. The dark ones, warm core eddy.
I just had to rewind this because... what the hell was that? It's annoying.
Drowned cities, flooded lowlands, carbon dioxide from power stations and cars, methane from...
And now a documentary on global warming.
Burning of tropical rainforests.
I guess.
All are implicated in the so-called greenhouse effect.
Mean sea level defined here at Newlyn in Cornwall provides the ordnance datum for the whole of Britain. If you've used any ordnance survey maps made since about 1920, the contour lines on those maps are drawn with reference to mean sea level right here. Sea level then was a couple of 100 meters higher at least than it is now. Quite enough to drown everything around here. It makes you think, doesn't it?
God, I love old style documentaries, you know, because there's less bias in them. You know, there doesn't seem to be a political... We're on another episode of Earthworm Jim. Back then, old documentaries, I've noticed, they tend to show both sides of the argument and let you kind of make the decision. They kind of sway you in one direction, but not really. Like, nowadays, it's all so one-sided. I can't stand documentaries nowadays. So this is weird. The first episode of Earthworm Jim on this tape was Season 2, Episode 5. The second one was season 2, episode 10, and now this episode is season 2, episode 8. So either these aired in reverse. I don't know. Strange. I've watched 2 episodes of Earthworm Jim so far, and it's... I probably would have enjoyed it as a kid. This isn't something I need to watch as an adult. I will sit through this, though.
Oh, it's always about you, isn't it?
You can't really tell that that's Dan Castellaneta until he starts shouting. Then you can hear Willie!
It's Dawkins! I've gone colorblind from exhaustion!
If you want to watch all of Earthworm Jim, it seems to all be up on YouTube for free. I know this song. One of my first memories of watching late night ITV at like 2 in the morning, because I used to be a weird kid that used to get up at like 2 in the morning and watch late night television, was this song. 20 seconds to comply. It's amazing how often this song comes back into my life, because it's got to be a one-hit wonder, right? And was it even a hit? 20 seconds to comply! 20 seconds to comply. Okay, so this guy, Silver Bullet, seems to still be going. He's got an album out this year, and he brought one out in 2023, in 2019. This song on YouTube Music alone has 1.3 million plays, though. This song has been out since, 1989? Oh, what was that? Rewind.
In the jungle arena, recent trip.
What was that? I'll never find out.
Heavy footsteps, just at the edge of my range of vision. So even though I didn't see Sasquatch, I believe it was a Sasquatch.
Now I got a documentary about Sasquatches. Oh, this is the infamous footage of Bigfoot, right?
Bigfoot is either the most complex hoax that's ever been.
It was a hoax. It was a hoax. California, October 1967. I didn't realize that footage was that old.
Bigfoot is like the search for the Holy Grail.
Goat Mountain, Oregon, November 1996? November 1996.
Well, I've always been fascinated by the thought that there are large creatures lurking on the planet that have yet to be fully discovered.
Yes, she disappears into here. This trail curves right back to here and then cuts back. But they didn't go any farther that day. They just stayed there where she disappeared.
How do we know it's a she?
Well, in frame 352, and that's our most famous film piece in this.
Well, in frame 352.
And as she does, her breasts swing over right in here. She'll get right over here now, 352.
I see, yeah.
And her breasts roll. They just more or less undulate. You see them roll over.
Pretty elaborate.
Bigfoot titties.
I would think so, too. To go to that
There's a guy called Ron Moorhead who, for several years, had a cabin way up in the remotest parts of the city.
I miss my Walkman, you know. I miss having a tape player. I threw all my tapes away sometime in the mid-2000s, and wish I'd kept them. I had all the Now That's What I Call Music's on tape. I think one of the last tape albums I bought would have been We've Come a Long Way Baby by Fatboy Slim. That was in like 98. Oh. To the Ends of the Earth. Bigfoot Monster Mystery. Absolutely no adverts or continuity at all in this. By the way, I filmed this in 2 days. Yesterday was Sunday, today is Monday. I'm going off to Bloodstock on Wednesday, so I'm trying to get this record. Oh, tape just finished. 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 42 seconds. Well, there you go. I'm not going to even bother letting that tape rewind, because this, ladies and gentlemen, is the first tape that's going in the bin. I'll see you in the next one.